Welcome back. This is the Year 3-4 video on Thursday. We hope you're all staying well and safe, and we truly miss all of you. Stay tuned for a maths activity, a writing activity and some... Right, so this one is your Thursday activity for Year 3. So you're ordering the fractions. So look carefully at what the question is saying, if it says from largest to smallest or smallest to largest. Numerator is the top number of a fraction, so here. Denominator is the bottom number of a fraction, which is here. And then you've got greater and smaller. Obviously, greater is bigger than, smaller is obviously smaller than. If you want to go on to White Rose, it should give you some advice and some help on a video as to how to solve these problems with the fractions. And then on here, you've got question number 3 and 4. So here you're just shading the bar models to represent the fractions. So that's a half. So out of 2, you're just shading in 1. Out of 3, you're shading in 1. Out of 4, you're shading in 1, etc., etc. And then question number 4, order the fractions starting with the greatest, which is obviously the biggest. Okay, so this is the second page of the Year 3 maths. So you've got question number 5, question number 6. So equivalent fractions just means the same. So if that's 3 and that's a 6, you've multiplied 3 by 2 to get the 6. Therefore, you have to do the same to the bottom. So 5 times 2 would be 10. 6 tenths is equal to 3/5. B, greatest to smallest. And then question number 7, Dexter and Alex are ordering the fractions from smallest to greatest, so from the smallest number to the biggest number. And then you've got parts A, B and C to that question. Okay, so this one is the Year 4 maths, so again, ordering decimals. So question number 1, 4 numbers on the place value charts. What number is represented in each one? So all you need to do is count. So 3 ones, point, 1/10, and how many hundredths? 4, so 3.14. Please don't forget your decimal points. B, write the numbers in ascending order. Ascending means smallest to greatest, so the smallest number to the largest. Question number 2, write the digits to show each number represented in each place value chart. So again, we're just counting. So how many ones? 1.4 and then 200, so 1.42. Write the numbers in ascending order. So from that, you then need to write them in ascending order, which is again from smallest to largest. And then here we are writing them in descending order. So these numbers here, if ascending means smallest to largest, descending will be largest to smallest. And then question 4 is a thinking one. It says talk to your partner, but you can look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. Okay, so the next question's got 5, 6 and 7. So number 5, Annie and Dexter are comparing the decimals. So you need to find out who you agree with and then explain why. That's very important. Number 6, write these symbols here. So this one is less than. I always remember that one because it looks like a squashed L. And then this one means greater than to complete the statements. Number 7, write the numbers in ascending order, again from smallest to largest. Question number 8, write the children's names in order. So you don't have to write the numbers or the height in centimetres, just their names from shortest to tallest. And then number 9, 2 lists of numbers. Use the digits 0 to 9 once to complete the list. Ascending order, descending order. And then compare your answers with a partner. Again, if you want to do that with your family or siblings, that's fine. If not, just test yourself. Okay, so we thought it'd be a really nice idea if to do a bit of home learning yourselves on the Rampage in Romans, which will be our new topic, which is quite exciting. And then you can obviously have a bit more of a clearer understanding about it as well by doing your own research. So for the links to home learning, I'll show you those in a second. I've just got the slide in front of me, that's why I keep looking down. There's links to help you as well, and then there's also a virtual trip. I do recommend going on the virtual trip because I went on it the other day, on Monday, and you can really see like all the different parts of ancient Rome, and that'll give you a much better understanding. If you can find any other useful websites as well, please have a go and then let us know what they are. But you can either create, we've said a poster or a timeline. It can be something else if you want to, but we just want to see your understanding of it, what you've found out yourself. So if it was a poster, if it was me, I would put it into sections, do a nice big title at the top, Rampage in Romans, and then you might want to draw what a Roman looks like, where they lived, what tools they used. That also links in with your science activity as well, which was the rocks that I did for you. And let me know how you got on with that because I'm quite excited. I might try it myself. So all you need to do is just do that. If you want to do a timeline, definitely use the internet to help you and draw some pictures as well as how the Romans sort of like developed over time. I'll show you the slides in a second. Okay, so this is the first slide that gives you the links here, and then this is the link to the virtual trip, which I do recommend. I did try and take a picture and do a voiceover, however, it's not quite worked, so I've done it on a video for you. And then this one is the next slide after. So again, it just says to create a poster or a timeline, and then it's got other slides to help you as well with some maps on and some ideas of what you can do. These are, these are the dates to help you as well. Maps and atlases, you can go on the internet, obviously, to find, and there's lots of useful websites for you. Okay, so that was the Rampage and Romans activity for Thursday. Please let us know how you get on with those ones. So you can obviously upload it via the website directly, or you can email it to the office and then it will come straight to us and we can respond to you. I'm really excited to see how your posters turn out if you do a poster or a timeline, because I know that you're all such hard workers and they'll be absolutely great, because I know that you're going to take your time and take care. So we're now going to read a bit more of the story. I think I'm actually going to finish the story because there's only a few pages left, and then by next week you'll have a nice new story to read together. Let me know what you thought of this one, and I'm going to try and remember which accent I did for the whale. I saw the ice cliffs and Arctic falling away into the sea, and a polar bear roaming the ice, thin and hungry. There's a little polar bear. He showed me skies so full of smoke that day had become night, and below them the forests were burning. An orangutan was running for her life along the beach, clutching her infant. The hunters came after her. I watched as they shot her down and wrenched the screaming baby out of her arms. And then he showed me people, thousands upon thousands of them, in a tended city by the sea, and a skeletal child laying alone and abandoned in the sand. She wasn't crying because she was dead.
Grandfather said all this killing has to stop. You are killing the sea we live in. You are killing the air we breathe. You are killing the world. Tell a child, Grandfather said. Only children will put it right. That's why I came. That's why I found you. Will you put it right? But how can I cried. Tell them why we came. Tell them what I said. Tell them that they have to change the way they live. And don't just tell them, show them. Will you do that?
Yes, I cried, I promise.
But do you keep your promises? He asked.
I'll keep this one, I told him.
And that's all I need to hear, he said. Time for me to go now. I don't want to get myself beached, do I? I like your town, I like your river, but I'm more at home back in my sea.
But what if you are beached? I asked. What if you die?
I'd rather not, of course, he said. But like I told you, I had to come. It was important. The most important thing I ever did. I promised I'd do it, didn't I? Now I've done it. The rest is up to you.
And away he swam then, blowing loudly as he passed upriver under Battersea Bridge, so that the whole river echoed with the sound of it. There was a final flourish of his tail before he dived. It was like a waving goodbye, so I waved back. I stayed there, watching for a while, just in case he came up again. All around me the birds were watching too, but that was the last I saw of him, and that's the end of my story. And that's the end of the story. So by next week, you'll have a new story to read with Mr. Patch and Mrs. Daly, hopefully. We're going to decide what that is for you. But let me know what you did think of that story. I think the ending is really powerful on that last page where he said, or the whale said, about children affecting the future, because it is all in your hands and you guys are our future. And I know you're all going to make us so, so proud, like you are doing now. And you're all just so amazing. So make sure you stay that way.